Okay, it's time to confess. It's time to talk about what I did and didn't read in the month of March. Welcome back, or if you are new here, welcome. My name is Catriona and I make bookish content here on this channel every week, and then movie reviews here at the weekend. In the description box below, you will find all of my social links, including my blog and my Goodreads, where I do try and review everything that I read, but I haven't been reading a whole lot lately, so there's not been an awful lot on there, but I am trying, I am pushing through, making some top 10 Tuesdays on there, and obviously carrying on with these wrap-ups and TBRs, even though they're not going the way I want them to, and they are so much smaller than they used to be, but it's fine. Let's talk about what we read in March. So obviously I was quite ambitious with my March TBR of things that I wanted to read. March releases, April releases, other audiobooks I had from the library. My friend, those audiobooks returned without me having listened to them. Of course they did. I read 3 things in the month of March, which isn't bad going when, if you know me at all, you know how my March went at work. It was a whole thing. And yeah, it was just a whole month of work, a very busy half term, and yeah, my only listening time ended up being my commute, and my commute was only 25 minutes, so 25 minutes there, 25 minutes back. Sometimes, you know, I end up being on the phone, obviously speakerphone, Bluetooth, everything, in those 25 minutes, so it doesn't always happen. But I read, let's see if we got a shinier one of this, I read Get Rich or Die Trying, which I had previously started on ebook, and then I bought the audiobook so I could actually listen to it on my commute, and it was really, really refreshing to listen to some nonfiction. I think it had been a little while since I'd read nonfiction. I was aiming at the start of the year to do one nonfiction book a month. I've managed it in January, I've managed it in March. I don't think I managed it in February from what I can remember, but I can't remember February, to be fair. Get Rich or Die Trying, Ambition and Deceit in the New Influencer Economy by Symeon Brown. This one was really interesting and deals with real case studies. What was really funny was the fact that I just finished watching the LuLaRoe documentary on Amazon Prime, and then he starts talking about that in this. It was literally finished it one day, was in the car listening to this the next day, and he starts talking about the same thing. So that was spooky, but definitely very interesting, especially as someone who, you know, posts on Instagram and makes videos on YouTube and is definitely not a large influencer, but I did enjoy it. And as I say, I had the book, wasn't getting on very well with it, and so I bought the audiobook, and it was much better having it read to me, and took up some less brain space as well. And then of course I read The One by Claire Frost. Again, had the ebook, but went ahead and pre-ordered the audiobook so I could listen to it on my commute. This one is 3 Perfect Months, 2 Imperfect People, 1 Big Love Story. And it was really interesting watching this sort of relationship get unpicked after tragedy had struck. It was such an interesting concept for a book, but this was just so like pure and so lovely and so compelling. And our main character that we get to spend the book with is not perfect, and the man that she fell in love with, she thinks is perfect, but he was not perfect either. And so it's really real, whilst at the same time being very escapist and very romantic and very believable. And I really enjoyed it, and I also really loved the relationship that our main character had with her sisters. I thought that was really nice, and the relationship that he had with his cousin as well. It was interesting, sort of family dynamics that you don't often get a really good family dynamic in a rom-com like this one. It tends to be a bit of a broken family, and so it was nice to see good, healthy, strong family dynamics in there as well. And then the third book that I read in the month of March. See, that's it. Even though I'm not reading a lot, I am loving everything that I'm reading. I really, really am loving everything that I'm reading. I have a full written review of The One on my blog, by the way. So if you want to see my full thoughts on that one, it's a full extensive written review, and it is published already. I'll leave it linked in the description box below. Let me find my clicker. Here we go. We have The Love of My Life by Rosie Walsh. Now, this is the UK cover. The UK version of this one comes out in June. However, I got a review copy of the US audiobook, which came out on the 1st of March. And so I did listen to this one on audiobook, and it was fantastic. It was amazing. It's not what you would expect from the cover. It is not what you would expect from the title. No one knows the truth, not even you. And it was just, there was a bit of mystery in there. There was a bit of thrill in there. You're like, who is Emma? And what has she done in her past that she's trying to hide? And then why is Leo so intent on finding out? And does that make Leo a bad person? Does that make Emma a bad person? I don't even know what's good and what's bad anymore. It was fantastic. And I loved their sort of relationship at the heart of it all as well. So it's definitely not what you would expect from the title. You'd see the title and go, is this just, a straightforward romance novel? No. Rosie Walsh has crafted this beautiful story. My one criticism of the audiobook is that the station for St Andrews University, Lucas, is not pronounced well at all throughout the book. It is a very weird pronunciation. It also seems to change, but the fact that I listened to an audio review copy, hopefully it will change by the time that the finished copy comes out, and especially by the time that the UK copy comes out, because, mispronouncing a UK place name as badly as that is just not great. However, this book was amazing. It just blew me away. It was one of those that I couldn't wait to get back in the car and switch on. There was no way I was making a phone call whilst I was listening to this book. I definitely was like, what's going to happen next? I did some gasping. It was a great time, and it kept me fully absorbed. I did occasionally pop it on once I got to school and I was doing some admin bits, doing some trimming sheets or sticking in sheets or doing some emails or something like that, so I could keep listening because I was just so excited about what was happening. So yeah, that one will be getting reviewed on the blog, but I literally just finished it, so that is to come your way. So make sure you have clicked on the blog in the description box below. If you haven't already seen it, I will leave my April TBR in the end screen because, as ever, I have a lovely, ambitious TBR. Even though I've not read a whole lot this month, we're still hopeful. We are ever optimistic. There is a long list of books I am desperate to read, and I'm just, trying to break it down into smaller, what I believe to be manageable chunks. Clearly, they're not manageable chunks. I need to be aiming to maybe read 2 books a month, but I'm keeping my fingers crossed. So, what would really help if you would like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on more bookish content coming your way very soon. I have a book versus movie coming your way, and I have a movie review coming up at the weekend, so you're not going to want to miss that. Let me know what you read in the month of March. Let me know if you've read any of the books that I did as well, and was yours solely one kind of book, or was it a variety of books? I'm looking forward to possibly actually managing to read an ebook or a physical book in the month of April, so join me if you will. And yes, I will see you with my next video. Thanks for watching.